Father, we thank you, we bless you, we acknowledge you, and we give you praise that tonight your word will minister unto us. For the entrance of your word give us light, that at the end of the day the Spirit of the living God will minister unto us, that the glory of God will be seen in the midst of his people. Tonight, I want us to dwell on the things of God concerning when a believer come to a point in their life that they will never be able to be in the congregation of a church. I'm talking about a believer purposing his mind not to go to church because of what have happened or because of what they are going through. Tonight, the Bible says we should not neglect the gathering of the saints. And as much as you believe in the word of God, you need a church that you will be part of that church. It is not the church that is going to save you. It is Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God. But as long as you stay on your own, not being on the part of the church, you will not be able to have advantages in life. For the enemy is crafty and the enemy is wicked. The Bible said he came in to steal, to kill, and to destroy. So I entreat you by the word of God that you be able to determine to have a believing church. For whenever you decide to be on your own, not to be of the part of the church, there's a difference between when you decide to stay on your own, to wait on God to do something. Even in that state of life, you can still be part of a church. Whenever you decide to do something, pray towards a specific thing that you are believing God to do in your life. Does not exempt you from being part of a gathering of the saints. For the gathering of the saints is advantageous and is a place that the Spirit of the living God will give you divine strength. When the children of Israel went to war, David was not there. But tonight, we're talking about you being part of the church from the day that you get born again. From henceforth, your relationship with God and you be in the gathering of the saints is one of the things that will enable you to walk in the journey of life. There's a lot of things going on and a lot of things that we are going through as children of the Most High God. But let us not neglect the gathering of the saints. It is the plans of the enemy to advantage you, to tell you, oh, just stay home. Church, it is disadvantage unto you. It doesn't matter how prayerful and how devoted and how committed and how you always worship God and come into the place of worship. It is disadvantage unto you. The enemy will wish you not to be in the congregation of the saints. Church, whenever you stand alone, a wind, contrary wind, can blow against you. That is why I said it is better for you to be part of a church. It doesn't matter what you are going through. It doesn't matter what you are facing in life. Or it doesn't matter the bitterness you have against somebody in a church. Church, we go to church to worship God. But somebody can hurt you or somebody can do evil against you. But you must not make up your mind not to go to church. Be determined to have a place of worship and be determined to get committed to God and the things of God. For where your heart is, that is where your treasure is. But I'm talking about you having a church, believing church, a church that you worship. You are not going there to worship man. We worship church. We worship the Lord, not a church. So I entreat you by the word of God, by be determined to have a church, a Bible believing church, a place that you be able to worship, that at the end of the day, the enemy will not be able to contend against you. For when you decide to come and to stay on your own and not to have a place of worship, church, the enemy will do whatever it can to contend and to stand against you. But when you are able to have a believing church, which you worship, which you yearn to be, then the Spirit of God will be able to help you, strengthen you, and enable you to make a decisions that will be a blessings of God that make us rich. Tonight, be determined to go back to a church. Maybe something is going on in your life and you have decided not to be part of any church anymore. But I entreat you by the word of God that it is disadvantage to you in your Christian life and your walk with God. Because when you are in the gathering of the saints, a Christian can give you advice. A Christian can give you a counsel. Whatever way it is, you'll be able to find something that will be of a blessing when we come together as a church. So I entreat you by the word of God that don't make up your mind that you are not going to church anymore because of what is happening or whatever you're going through. It is the works of the enemy. It is the plan of the evil one that after the enemy have separated you, then he begin to cause rain and evil to contend against you, that at the end of the day, you are not able to stand well for God. May you consider your first love. May you have the understanding that we are the light of the world. That as long as you are in this world, you need a believing church. You need people that believe with you. And you need people that will pray with you. And you need people that will stand with you. And you need people that will have the understanding that you stand together in the faith. The Bible said one will put 1,000 to a flight, but two will put 10,000. And as much as you agree, and the greatest move in your life is to be able to have a church, believing church, that the Spirit of God will always minister unto you. For when you have a believing church, then spiritually, you are not standing alone, but you are in a family of a church, and the coverings of God will be your protection. Because when you say church, that is the gathering of the saints. So tonight, make up your mind that you get to a Bible believing church, that your life will never be the same. May you be committed, and may you come to the point in your life that you will not let anything separate you from the love of God. You will not let anything contend against you, that you begin to be bitter of what you have gone through in the journey of life. Tonight, the Spirit of the living God entreat you by the word of God that you get closer, walk with God. When the going get tough, those are the times and the seasons that we get much more closer to God. It is not when you separate. When the going get tough, don't separate yourself because of the pains you are going through. Don't separate yourself because of what somebody have said. Don't separate yourself because you want to believe God for something great in your life. It is the greatest thing that you find yourself in a Bible believing church For when you are in a family believing church, the Spirit of God is able to enable you to break through and to receive every blessings of God that make us rich. Let this word of God minister to every believer. Let this word of God minister to everyone that is in the great difficult times of their life.